We're here today to discuss a lot of things that were going on back when we were first all at the old campus, which is now the current day Los Cuates.
Right.
And coming to the new school, to the new high school with Mr. Ray Farias.
Was our principal.
principal.
Andy
Andy
Lopez
Lopez.
was our assistant principal.
Yep.
Dorothea Cole.
Yep.
And Faith Hill was
and
our
Faith Hill
curriculum.
was our dean of
Dean.
instruction.
Yes, Faith was the one that when we all decided we were going to start some big transitions academically, programmatically, and instrumentally as far as what we were going to do, because you remember that big conversation? The big faculty meeting?
We had our faculty meetings back then were after school in the cafeteria at Los Cuates, and Mr. Frias called us all in and he read us a letter from the commissioner, and it offered us a chance to kind of bypass some of the regulations and gave us some waivers if we wanted to try some new things. And so he asked us if we might be interested in following up. What was it, about 85–90% of us said yes.
Yeah, we all
And then-
said
You
yes.
had to vote.
You had to vote, yeah.
You were going to have to buy in as a campus.
And then about, what was it, 10 or 12 of us stayed after, and
Yeah.
these guys were all there, and we
Formed a
started
committee.
planning on what we could do with that. And
Our
sure enough,
schedule.
we were one of the original 83 partnership schools, pilot sites in Texas.
And we right away decided, okay, if we're going to make changes, let's go see who is having success and see if we can't model after them. And I think over all the years, we really have done a lot of that, going to see who's successful and how we can tweak Los Fresnos to be that successful.
Coming to the new school was our perfect transition because we were in a new campus, a new building, a new site. We got a new schedule, and it was just a complete new renovation of ideas for the
coming in.
district.
Triggered all this was, if you remember, what did they say? We had like 37% of our kids were passing the state test. Our top kids would go off to UT Austin and A&M College Station and do great, but the rest of our kids. So we wanted to do something that would change everything to make all of our kids not only college ready, but employable with good jobs, especially here in the Valley economy back then. So that was what kind of triggered this move to try to, reform and change everything. And it sure worked out well.
And we knew we were on the right track because we saw the scores immediately. Within 1 year, there was such a market improvement that we just all looked at each other and we told each other, man, we must be doing something right, and we said, let's continue.
The PSI must have worked because the very next year, what was it, 92, we became one of the 12 original high schools that work in Texas.
I mean, we went with it and it went, and before we knew it, we were getting calls to start going to make presentations because our statistics and everything were going high. And
and truly it was quick because, what was it, by 94, 95, we were already effective border school and
That's right.
at Texas Mentor High School. And then we were already exemplary by 96. We went from,
Yes,
from
not
90
being
to
in
96 and
trouble
we're at
and-
Texas
yeah.
Exemplary High School.
And at the National High Schools at Work Convention, there's about 8,000 people there, and Los Fresnos was, I've heard about you, and our sessions were jam-packed.
Jam-packed.
We would always have to repeat. They'd say, what are you guys doing over there? Because we want to do what you're doing.
A lot of people don't know about that one. The Department of Education in Washington gave out award the New American High School because we literally were setting the standard for new high schools in the country. And there were 11 schools that year, I believe. We went up to Washington to the West Wing to receive the awards. When we came to the new high school though, oh my goodness, from where we used to look out across the pasture going toward the highway at lunch, and kids would be trying to sneak off and go skipping for the afternoon. And we came over here, and all those trips we would take, people would ask, how do y'all do what you're doing, remember? And I'd always tell them, hey, it's our kids. So the one thing that has not changed in all these years is our kids. It's such a wonder and an amazement. I know to y'all too, how does this little old town, year after year, keep giving us such amazing, wonderful kids? It just amazes me. I think it's just the most wonderful thing. That has been constant. The kids have always been great, and they still are.
Falcon Pride.
They
Yeah.
still, Falcon Pride.